Hi, third graders. In this module, you're going to read text and view media related to the drama genre, including both classic and modern plays. So this is the beginning of Module 3, Week 1. To get us started, let's go ahead and turn in your My Book to pages 296 and 297. And you're going to notice that the title on this page is Stories on Stage. And stories on stage is another way to describe plays because plays tell stories and they're performed on stage in front of an audience. Pause for just a second and think about what you know about plays, including the names of any plays that you might have seen or been a part of. So now that you've taken a couple of minutes to think about what you know about plays, if you have time to, share some of those examples with your teacher. I'm sure that he or she would love to hear about your experiences with plays. Now let's go ahead and take a look at pages 296 and 297. We see a quote here from Stella Adler. If we scroll down a little bit. The quote says, "The play is not in the words, it's behind the words." So pause again for just a second and think about what that quote means. So one thing that this quote could mean is that the words of a play are written on a page, but the actors turn these words into actions in a performance. So that's one way that you could interpret that quote. Our essential question for this lesson is going to be, why might some stories be better told as plays? And there is a Get Curious video that your teacher is going to assign to you called Auditions. And that video might help you with an answer to this question. Now, the video is informational, so you should expect to hear facts about the topic and not just opinions. There are some important vocabulary words that you're going to hear throughout this lesson, and we're going to go over those together. I'm going to show you the vocabulary card that illustrates each word, and then we'll talk about the meaning. So let's take a look at our first vocabulary card, and you'll see here that our first vocabulary word is the word audition. Audition is a noun, and we know that nouns are people, places, or things. So an audition is a thing. And what an audition is, it's when an actor or musician goes to an audition and they give a performance to show what they can do. So that's why you see the picture that you see here. You can see this girl, she looks like she's either singing or maybe reading lines in a play, but she's doing that to show what she can do to hopefully get a part in some kind of performance. So the way that you would use the word audition in a sentence is, I have an audition for the lead role in our school play. And that means that someone is trying out or going to try to show what they can do in a performance. Okay, our next vocabulary word, let's see here, is the word rehearse. And that's what you see in this picture here. Rehearse is a verb, so that means it's an action, it's something that you can do. And what rehearse means is that if you rehearse a play, a song, or a dance, you practice it many times so that you're prepared. So you can see in this picture here, it looks like there's a teacher standing here with these kids, and it looks like they're practicing something. They've each got their script in their hand, and it looks like they're going over some kind of play or performance. So the sentence you could use that in is, the drama teacher helped the students rehearse their lines before opening night. Okay, the next vocabulary word that we have is the word ability. An ability is a noun, so it's a thing, and it says that ability means that if you have the ability to do something, you can do it because you know how. It's something that you're able to do. So a sentence you could use that word in would be, I have the ability to play many different types of characters. So you can kind of see this little boy here in this picture. He's dressed up in clothes that he probably doesn't normally wear. You can tell because of the hat and the vest and the pants, and he's got the cane. Those are probably things that he doesn't just go around with in day-to-day life. So he is dressed up and has the ability to represent himself as another character in a performance. And then our final vocabulary word is going to be the word actor. And you've probably heard this word before. Actor is a noun because an actor is a person. And the meaning of actor is a person who acts in plays, movies, or other performances. So you can see here in this picture, it looks like you can see the backs of the heads of some people in the audience. And they're watching these two people who must be the actors because you can see they've got a little bit of a costume on and they're clearly doing something with one another, and these people are watching them. So it looks like they're acting in some sort of performance. So a sentence you could use that word in would be, I dream of being an actor who can perform in plays, movies, and musicals. Okay? So we've gone over all of our vocabulary words, and the next thing I want us to look at is what's called a vocabulary network. And you see that here on this piece of paper. And a vocabulary network has to do with finding relationships between words. And what I want you to do is take a moment to create a vocabulary network like the one that you see here on this piece of paper. You can either pause the video and go ahead and do it after I give you directions, or you can wait and do it when we're finished. But what you're going to do is make a web like the one you see here that has words about plays in the center of it. And then you're going to have these vocabulary words that we just talked about that branch off of that center circle or rectangle that says words about plays. So you see actor, ability, audition, and rehearse. And what you're going to do is that for each of those vocabulary words, as you read the different reading pieces in this module and in this lesson, you're going to come back to this vocabulary network and add words that you hear in those stories that are either synonyms, which are words that mean the same, antonyms, which are words that mean the opposite, or other words that just somehow have a connection to these words. And you're going to add those to the vocabulary network. So that's something that you can go ahead and pause and do now, or you can wait and create it when we're finished. Okay, now I want you to go ahead and turn to page 300 and 301 in your My Book. And on this page, you're going to see this knowledge map. And you'll see that the knowledge map shows stories as plays. And you're going to be beginning to build your knowledge about stories that are told as plays and performed on stage. And you can see here that there are some characteristics that have already been added, like some characteristics of stories that are told as plays is that there might be an audience. You will probably have a stage and setting set up. You will have different acts and scenes that the story is divided into, and then you'll also have characters that you see in those plays. So some of those things are similar to what you would see in a story that's just in a book, but some of those are unique to what you would see if you were seeing a story presented as a play. You're going to return to these pages at the end of each week to add new information that you've learned about the topic. So you may return to this knowledge map, and you may return to the vocabulary network that I shared on the previous screen. But you're going to add to this to show what you're learning as you go through the module. So throughout the rest of this module, you're going to read several plays. Some things to know and keep in mind about plays are that they are written to be performed on a stage by actors in front of an audience. They consist of dialogue or the words spoken by characters. They can include made-up events and characters or events and characters from real life. They're written in acts, which are larger sections, and scenes, which are smaller sections set in a particular place. So as I said before, you're going to see some similarities between a story being told in a play and a story being told in a book. And you're also going to see some things that are different. I hope you enjoy your time learning about the genre of dramas and plays.